Hello, collective. I hope you're doing well. I have a new oracle deck, so instead of picking one sign, I'm going to do an overall collective for the first time. I do have the book on hand if I feel I am called to actually read up further on what cards come out. Not, we will just we'll go with our intuition. I'm going to be looking at first let me step back and tell you what the oracle deck is. So it's infinite wisdom of the chakras, okay? And I want to take a look at what your energy is from the past. It could be recent past, it could be many years ago. You'll take it as it resonates. We'll take a look at the energy in the present moment and what the energy will be in the near future. And I'll look at the bottom card of the deck and we'll see what you don't see coming or what is it you need to know. It's basically your subconscious mind. So always remember to take what resonates, throw out what doesn't. And hopefully you guys did well through the full moon in Gemini. It was intense and there was a lot of changes. I also feel people were struggling, some, not all, were struggling with change. I feel this full moon did bring in some major shifts and changes, and it actually did even in my own life, in my my day job, my what I do for my day job. So there are some changes there I'm going through. But you know what? Spirit's saying if there was a major change, to be flexible and go with the flow, okay? Sometimes change is for the better. You don't see it at the time, but down the road a little ways, you'll look back and say, wow, I'm kind of glad that happened. And yeah. So, and I'm a fixed sign, so I get it. Especially if you have a lot of fixed energy. You don't like changes unless you are the one that pulls the trigger on it. I get it. But I have a lot of Gemini, so, Gemini can be quite flexible and go with the flow. All right. So what do we have here, please, for the collective? Ooh, I got the window open. I feel a chill. I have sage going, so I have to have the window open. And I just felt a bit of a draft. Oh, another thing. I will be finishing up the readings for the future, what was it? The future fortune telling readings for love. I stopped at Aquarius. Next one will be Pisces. I basically was told to stop doing those because we started in the thick of retrograde and all it was going to do was show X's coming back. So we were told to stop, but I will pick those back up and finish those as well. I think that's it. All right, so what do we got here? What's going on for the collective? Okay, so we have Sky Messenger, which is freedom. We have fertility. We have the solar plexus chakra. Okay, that is the third chakra. So that is your wisdom and your power, right? Your fire. It's what ignites you. Underneath the deck, Overall energy, what you don't see coming is magic. Raven goddess. Fly into the darkness. Reveal the light within you. And look, I'm wearing blue. Look at that. I almost feel, well, we'll get there. I'm getting overly excited. I really like the artwork on these cards. So, all right, let's take a step back, okay? Slow down, Jed. One thing at a time. We'll get there. Okay, so in the past, there was probably a message of some sort, or there was a communication. Something came through that allowed you to set something free, or it helped you to release some sort of restriction you had on yourself. So you were restricting yourself, you were holding yourself back, you were not allowing yourself to move freely. I almost feel like for some of you, it was also, you didn't feel you had the freedom to speak. So it's interesting, it looks like this is her hair, right? It's all flowing around. But she's got a piece of hair that covers the mouth. And interesting that I'm wearing blue. Blue is throat chakra, right? So that is your communication, you speaking, opening up. And for some of you, I feel like you were closed off. You didn't feel like you were free enough maybe to be honest and speak up about maybe some ideas that you had, something that you wanted to do. Because in the current moment with fertility, this is become attuned to the fertile ground within you. Another beautiful card. She has the lotus flower here. It's right where the root chakra is too. And she's sitting in water, if you can see that. So she's sitting very calmly in water. And water is feelings, emotions, and relationships. And it's almost as if you're learning to sit in your emotions. You're learning to feel them. And you're learning to express them. So you're learning to sit with them, feel them, and you're learning to open up and express them, right? Because like I said, in the past, there was a restriction, and now you're sitting in it and you're opening up. In the near future, you've got the solar plexus. Well, like I had said, this is your third chakra. So yellow is very important. So this is your wisdom and your power, right? So having the power to speak on what it is you feel, what ideas that you have. So I'm going to do some more clarifications. And again, let's get over to, what you don't see is the raven goddess and the magic. So here we have more of the blues, right? The dark blue in here is the sense of the third eye, the waking up. And it's interesting because right where her torso is, there's two fish. So Pisces energy, right? That's water energy. Dreamy, right? Pisces energy is very empathetic. They're very intuitive. They're romantic. They're spiritual. They're the escapist. They're compassionate, and they have the imagination. Sorry about the noise because I have the window open. But it's fly into the darkness, reveal the light within you. So, like I said, you're in the present moment, you're sitting in your emotions. There's something you want to say. There's something you want to feel free to actually open up and speak about. And you're going to get there. Okay? Because you're presently feeling it. So whatever this is going to happen for you. So let's go to the tarot and let's get some more information on this. So let's start with the freedom from the past, with the restrictions, setting yourself free. Let's get some details. Okay. Okay. That was quick. Well, we've got the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is the one that's bold. He speaks up, right? They are very determined. They're passionate. They're very self-assured. So they know who they are. And I think you were afraid to step into the fire energy because you'll see here in the near future, you have the third chakra, the solar plexus. This is your power. This is fire. This is action, taking the action towards what it is you want to do or what it is you want to say. And so here in the past, you were afraid to step into that fiery, passionate person who's bold enough to go after what they want or say what it is that they want. Okay? Get a little more on this. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. This is good karma. This is positive change. Wheel of Fortune. You're closing out an old cycle. You're closing out an old you. You're stepping into a new you who's going to be bold. And it's interesting because the full moon in Gemini, that was also about creativity, right? Kicking off creativity, kicking off deep conversations. And so you may have been one to hold back from having emotional conversations, right? Presently, you're sitting in that water, the water energy. And subconsciously, there you've got the two fish, right? That is sitting comfortably in what it is you feel and what it is you know. Five of Swords. You were afraid that if you spoke up and you were bold, had deep conversations about what it is you really felt, what it is you wanted to get off your chest, or whatever that may have been, you were afraid of starting fights. You were afraid of conflicts. Five of Swords. You felt that if you were you and spoke up about what you wanted, it would cause conflict. But that cycle, that old you, is closing out. Okay? That was the past. Right? Her mouth covered, that's changing. because in the present moment, your mouth is not covered. You are balanced between air, thoughts, okay, because her head is above the water, but your soul, your heart, you know, your root chakra, right? The trust is all sitting in the emotions and feeling it. So you know what you feel, you know what it is that you want. And I think what I need to do is I need to switch decks. Because I'm nosy. Real quick. What is this? Tell me about this situation for the collective. Oh, we had a card fly out real quick. The children. Oh, yeah, and sitting. The present moment, like I said, this is the fertility card, right? So, that can be about ideas. The birth of new ideas, it could be anything. But for a big majority of you, you're ready to be a mother. You're ready to have children. Some of you, what else? Yeah, some of you are pregnant, are ready to become pregnant. Okay, what else? Any more? This is a collective. I don't think everybody's pregnant. What else? I don't think everybody's pregnant here. Okay, so we've got the projected card. So in the future, all right, what else? Some of you are ready to be off on your own in the near future. And some of you, okay, in the near future, so you're single now, okay? You're available, you're single, but in the near future, you are going to be coming together with a spiritual partner, right? Somebody, it's a soul contract. So you have a soul contract coming in. Some of you have a soul contract that you're reconciling with. Okay, and in the present moment, that's where you're sitting in the emotions. And let's not forget, yes, the children card can also be a new beginning. So like I said, with the reconciliation, some of you are single, but expected to not be single in the near future. Okay, so let's go back over here. Tell me about the solar plexus here. What are we gaining wisdom about, or, what are we getting our power back about? Up. King of Pentacles. Yeah. On this particular card, this is interesting. And then we have 3 of Pentacles. So, yeah, okay, so back to the ones who are looking to start a family, who are pregnant, who are looking to have children in the near future. You're going to gain wisdom that your King of Pentacles, okay, because you're the Queen of Wands, speaking up about the fact that you want to have kids, or you are, currently pregnant. Your King of Pentacles, this is the masculine. You're going to realize that with the 3 of Pentacles, he's holding this child. He's cradling that child. He is definitely going to be very protective. Okay, you both are going to collaborate together when it comes to starting this family, but just know the masculine you are with is there to protect, provide. They're going to be reliable, and they want to be a father just as much as you want to be a mother. There will be shared goals. Anything else? The world. Yeah. This is achieving what it is that you want. This is really strong for the folks that want to have children. Now, for the King of Pentacles, for the ones that are single and are about to reconcile, or they're about to meet their King of Pentacles, this person is going to be solid, okay? They're, again, going to work with you. They're not going anywhere. They're loyal, okay? And they want a long-term relationship connection with you, okay? And with the world, this is, the completion. This is you achieving what it is that you have been wanting, okay? But it's gonna take you speaking up, right? Remember, that is your past, is being bold and speaking up. So maybe, some of you who want to reconcile, you haven't been bold enough to step up and say that you want to. Okay. And then when we come over here to the Raven Goddess magic. Okay, I'm going to read this one real quick. I'm going to find, because this is your subconscious. This is what you don't see coming. It's, the overall. $35. Here we go. Fly into the darkness and reveal the light within you. And it's funny how she's got those fish there too. It's right there where her belly is. And it reminds me very much of somebody who's carrying a child. In the seat of the nighttime sky emerges the beautiful and enchanting Raven Goddess messenger. She is the embodiment of inner light as it appears in the darkness. Her companion is the raven, the mystical black bird that represents practice and quality of magic. The dark of night and natural mysteries. Within her being are two fish representing yin and yang. This is the balance, right? The yin and yang is the masculine and feminine energy. It's like I said, the Three of Pentacles came out. That is very much collaboration, working together, and in harmony and balancing. So interesting. So like I said, the fish representing the yin and yang of emotion. And remember I said you're currently sitting in your emotions, right? Part of you is because of sitting in the water. That's what you are. You're currently sitting in your emotions. Moon cycles and inner knowledge. And we just went through a full moon in Gemini. And like I said, that is about the deep conversations. Ultimately, she channels the lunar energies and the light of the moon, which is highly intuitive and magical within itself. Her beauty and light are undeniable, and above the crown of her head blooms a night lotus blossom with the most delicate fragrance. I didn't notice that. Look at that. There's the lotus flower there too. So the lotus flower was there currently. It's like this is the emotion you've always had. So the lotus was always within you on what it is you wanted. So like I said, some of you want to have a family. Some of you want to reconcile with a soul contract. Some of you are coming together with a spiritual contract, right? And like I said, and then some are reconciling. But in the future, it's solid. It's working together. It is success. It's stepping within your power and having the wisdom to know that this is going to be a successful relationship. It's going to, be a successful husband and wife with child. It's all going to work out. You're going to work together. There isn't going to be any fighting like in the past. You were afraid to speak up because you always thought it was going to cause conflict. And now what you don't see is you actually have it within you. The magic has always been within you to obtain what it is that you desire. And you're learning this. As a messenger of mystery and magic, she is a powerful agent for awakening her inner magician and alchemist. The darkness that is called forth into the light is a shape-shifting of our consciousness. So you, my friends, are waking up to the fact that what it is you've always desired inside of you, you're able to manifest. You intuitively know the magic is within you. And I think during this last full moon has made you aware and awaken to the power of your throat chakra, the power of speaking about what it is that you want and not being afraid of fight or conflict. Being able to talk through, like I said, some of you are reconciling with a soul contract and you're able to have that conversation without conflict, right? Coming to the table, coming together, sharing, your thoughts and your feelings and being comfortable doing that. Wow. Powerful, powerful. Let's let's get an angel number. I couldn't. Okay. Can we get an angel number, please, for the collective? So this is very much stepping into your power and not being afraid. Knowing that your emotions, your thoughts, your words, have impact, and you're able to manifest what it is that you want. Up, 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 up. There we go. 0110. Belief system. Authenticity. Destiny. Inspiration. Talents. Gifts. Self-appreciation. Gratitude. Purpose. You are blessed with unique talents and skills that set you apart. Embrace what makes you different. This is your path to success. Trust that your dreams are on the way and becoming reality. So like I said, you guys are manifesting, wanting a family, having your masculine, your partner to be there and to be a team effort. You don't want to have this child and find that you're doing everything on your own and the masculine you're with doesn't care. That's not going to happen. You're manifesting with the correct partner. You will know that you're doing this. And again, you guys are manifesting from being single to in a relationship with a King of Pentacles. This is somebody who's solid, right? They have a solid plan. They're steady. They're not going anywhere. They're not flighty. They're very protective. They are there for the long haul, and that's what you're manifesting. And again, others of you are manifesting a reconciliation and having that conversation and being able to be open and get over what caused maybe you two to separate. Stand tall in your individuality and go after what you truly desire. So that's exactly what you guys are doing. You are manifesting in what, maybe you didn't realize you had the magic within you, the power of manifestation. And hello, guess what? The magic is within you. You're doing it right, okay? You're doing it right. Do not be afraid of fights, tension, dispute, and stress. Stand. The Queen of Wands is going to be bold and go after it, okay? That's fire. You're going to do it. You're going to go after what it is you want, and you're going to obtain everything that it is that you want. All of you want something a little different. That's why I said I pulled a few cards to kind of get an idea. But yes, dreams coming true. And like I said, Pisces energy with the fish. That's dreams, right? Dreamy escapism, thinking about what it is that you want. And I think during this full moon, a lot of you started thinking about what it is that you wanted. Now it's time, as I'm wearing the blue, to get into the throat chakra and start talking about it, right? So you can go ahead and get what it is that you want. So collective, that is what I have for you. Again, I'll finish up the future fortune telling readings for love soon. Pisces will be next, and then we'll carry on to, Pisces, Aries. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. I can't remember where I think I started with Scorpio. So yeah, we've got quite a few signs to go up to. Anyway, stand by. Those will be there. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Much love and light. I will talk to you soon.